Welcome to Tungod Online Classes. In previous video, we have discussed the concept of collision and types of collision. The first one, what do you mean by collision? So collision means the interaction between the two particles or the two bodies in a short intervals of time. So that is known as the collision, right? So collision means the interaction between the two particles or the two bodies in a short intervals of time. So that is known as the collision, right? So next one, the types of collision. The first one, on the basis of the direction, there are two types. One is a one dimension collision or head on collision, and the second one is oblique collision or two dimensional collision. So after that, on the basis of a kinetic energy, the first one is elastic collision, and the second one is inelastic collision, and the third one is perfect inelastic collision. Right? So today we are going to discuss elastic collision in one dimension or head on collision. So first of all, what do you mean by the elastic collision? So elastic collision means there is no loss of kinetic energy. So in that case, both momentum and kinetic energy both are conserved. So then what are the characteristics of elastic collision? The first characteristic is kinetic energy is conserved, and the second one is momentum is conserved, and the third one is the total energy is conserved, and the fourth one, the force involved between the interaction between the two bodies or the two particles, so that is a conservative force. And the fifth point, so here the mechanical energy will not transfer into any other forms of energy. So these are the characteristics of elastic collision. So after that, what do you mean by this head on collision? So head on collision means the colliding particle before and after the collision both are moving along the same straight line. So that is known as the head on collision. So consider here, this is one particle and this another particle, both are moving with some velocity, that is u1 and u2 after collision. So after collision, both the bodies are moving in the same straight line. So that is known as the head on collision. Okay. So here in this case we are consider the two particles, right? So consider this a particle A, its mass is m1 and it is moving with the initial velocity is u1, and this is a particle B, its mass is m2 and it is moving with the velocity that is u2. So after collision, so the first particle, it is moving with the velocity that is v1, and the second particle, it is moving with the velocity that is v2. Okay. See here, in this case we are consider the two particles A and B of mass m1 and m2 are moving with the velocity u1 and u2. After collision, its velocity changes from u1 to v1 and u2 to v2. So in this case, u1 and u2 indicates that the initial velocity of a first particle and the second particle, and v1 and v2 indicates that the final velocity of a particle A and particle B after collision. Okay, see here, the first one we are going to apply the law of conservation of linear momentum, right? So law of conservation of linear momentum. Law of conservation of linear momentum. Okay. So according to the law of conservation of linear momentum, so momentum before collision, that is equal to momentum after collision. Here the total momentum before collision, that is equal to total momentum after collision. The total momentum before collision is, the momentum is nothing but it is a product of mass and velocity. Here for first particle, the mass is m1 and it is moving with velocity that is u1 plus m2 u2. So this is the total momentum before collision. So after that, the total momentum after collision. So this is the total momentum after collision. Okay, next one, we will rearrange the terms here. Take this term this side, then it becomes m1 u1 minus m1 v1, that is equal to, and this term as it is m2 v2. So take this term this side, so then minus m2 u2, minus m2 u2. So in this case take m1 common here, m1 common, then it becomes u1 minus v1, that is equal to, here take m2 common, then it becomes v2 minus u2, v2 minus u2. So this is our equation number 1, right? So m1 bracket of u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 bracket of v2 minus u2, right? The next one, we are going to apply the law of conservation of kinetic energy. Law of conservation of kinetic energy. So according to this law, the kinetic energy before collision, that is equal to kinetic energy after collision. So here the total kinetic energy before collision, that is 1 by 2 m1 u1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 u2 square, that is equal to 1 by 2 m1 v1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 v2 square, right? So this is the total kinetic energy before collision, that is equal to total kinetic energy after collision. Okay, see here. Next, we are rearranging the term. Take this term this side and this term this side, right? So then 1 by 2 m1 u1 square minus 1 by 2 m1 v1 square, that is equal to, right? So that is equal to this term as it is 1 by 2 m2 v2 square minus 1 by 2 m2 u2 square, Here, next take 1 by 2 and m1 common here, 1 by 2 m1 common, remaining is u1 square minus v1 square, that is equal to, here 1 by 2 m2 is a common term. Next v2 square minus u2 square, right? So in this case 1 by 2 both are get cancelled. What are the remaining factors here? That is m1 bracket of u1 square minus v1 square, that is equal to m2 bracket of v2 square minus u2 square, right? So this is our equation number 2. So next one, we are going to divide the equation 2 by equation 1. Equation 2 by equation 1. So the equation 2 value, that is m1 bracket of u1 square minus v1 square, that is equal to m2 bracket of v2 square minus u2 square, then divided by equation number 1. So that is m1 bracket of u1 minus v1, m1 bracket of u1 minus v1, next m2 bracket of v2 minus u2, So here m2 get cancelled, m1 get cancelled. What are the remaining factors here? u1 square minus v1 square divided by u1 minus v1, that is equal to v2 square minus u2 square divided by v2 minus u2. So here this is in the form of a square minus b square. So this is in the form of a square minus b square, that is equal to a plus b into a minus b. Okay, similarly u1 square minus v1 square, its value is u1 minus v1 bracket of u1 plus v1 whole divided by u1 minus v1, that is equal to, here is also same, a square minus b square. So here u2 square minus v2 square minus u2 square value is, that is v2 plus u2, v2 minus u2 whole divided by v2 minus u2. Okay, see here in this case u1 minus v1 get cancelled, v2 minus u2 both are get cancelled. The remaining factors here, that is u1 plus v1, that is equal to v2 plus u2. V2 plus U2. So from this relation, we want V2 value. So V2 is equal to U1 plus V1, take this term this side, that is minus U2. So this is our equation number 3. So next we are going to substitute the equation number 3 in equation number 1. Okay, see here, substitute equation number 3 in equation number 1. So what is the equation number 1 here? That is m1 bracket of u1 minus v1, that is equal to m2 bracket of v2 minus u2. So here we are substituting v2 value in that equation. Okay, see here, then m1 bracket of u1 minus v1, that is equal to m2 bracket of v2 value is, that is u1 plus v1 minus u2 and minus u2. So this is the v2 value, after that minus u2. So next multiply this one, this is m1 u1 minus m1 v1, that is equal to, multiply this one, m2 into u1 plus m2 into v1, next minus u2, that is minus 2u2, and this is minus 2 m2 u2, right? Then equation becomes m1 u1 minus m1 v1, that is equal to m2 u1 plus m2 v1 minus 2 m2 u2. So here take this term this side, so that is m2 u1, take this term this side, then it becomes m1 u1 minus m2 u1 is equal to, so this term as it is, that is m2 v1, so take this term this side, then it becomes plus m1 v1, after that minus 2 m2 u2 as it is, right? So in this case take u1 common here, then equation becomes m1 minus m2, this is equal to, in this case take v1 common, that is m1 plus m2 or m2 plus m1, right, minus 2 m2 u2. So in this case we want the v1 value, so take this entire term this side, so then it becomes v1 bracket of m1 plus m2, that is equal to this term as it is, u1 bracket of m1 minus m2, next take this term this side, it becomes plus 2 m2 u2. So from this one v1 is equal to u1 bracket of m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 plus 2 m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. So this is the v1 value, the velocity of the first particle after collision. Its value is v1 is equal to u1 bracket of m1 minus m2 plus 2 m2 u2 whole divided by m1 plus m2. So similarly we want to write the v2 value. So then v2 is equal to that is u2 bracket of m2 minus m1 divided by m1 plus m2 plus 2 m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. This is the v2 value. So this is the v2 value. Okay, see here, elastic collision, head-on collision in one dimension case, it is very important for 5 marks, right? Here we are going to find out what is the v1 and v2 value, right? Okay, the first one, Here we are considering the two bodies of masses m1 and m2 are moving with the initial velocity, that is u1 and u2. So after collision, the velocity of the two bodies are changes to v1 and v2. So after collision, both the bodies are moving in the same straight line, right? Okay. The first one, we are going to apply the law of conservation of linear momentum. So already we know that the law of conservation of linear momentum is the momentum before collision that must be equal to the momentum after collision. Okay, see here, the momentum before collision, its value is m1 u1 plus m2 u2, that is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So this is the momentum before collision, that is equal to total momentum after collision. So afterwards, we are rearrange the equation. So in this case, we are taking this term this side and this term this side. So then equation becomes m1 u1 minus m1 v1, that is equal to m2 v2 minus m2 u2. So here take m1 common. If you take m1 common means the remaining terms is u1 minus v1, that is equal to take m2 common, then the remaining equation is v2 minus u2. So this is our first equation. So after that, we are going to apply the law of conservation of kinetic energy. The total kinetic energy before collision, that must be equal to the total kinetic energy after collision. Okay, see here, the total kinetic energy before collision, that's value is 1 by 2 m1 u1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 u2 square, that is equal to 1 by 2 m1 v1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 v2 square. So here is also we are rearranging this equation. So then 1 by 2 m1 u1 square minus 1 by 2 m1 v1 square, that is equal to 1 by 2 m2 v2 square minus 1 by 2 m2 u2 square. So after that, we are taking 1 by 2 and m1 common here. So then remaining equation is u1 square minus v1 square, that is equal to take 1 by 2 m2 common, v2 square minus u2 square. So here 1 by 2 get cancelled. The remaining equation is m1 bracket of u1 square minus v1 square, that is equal to m2 bracket of v2 square minus u2 square, right? So this is our equation number 2. So next one, we are dividing equation 2 by equation 1. So equation number 2 value is m1 bracket of u1 square minus v1 square, that is equal to m2 bracket of v2 square minus u2 square divided by the equation number 1, m1 bracket of u1 minus v1, m2 bracket of v2 minus u2. So in this case, m1 get cancelled, m2 get cancelled. The remaining equation, that is u1 square minus v1 square divided by u1 minus v1, that is equal to v2 square minus u2 square divided by v2 minus u2. So this is in the form of a square minus b square. The a square minus b square formula is a plus b into a minus b. So here this value is u1 minus v1 bracket of u1 plus v1, and here is also same v2 plus u2 bracket of v2 minus u2 divided by u1 minus v1 v2 minus u2. So here u1 minus v1 and u1 minus v1 both are get cancelled, and here v2 minus u2 and v2 minus u2 both are get cancelled. The remaining is u1 plus v1, that is equal to v2 plus u2, right? So here we want the v2 value. So v2 is equal to u1 plus v1 minus u2. So this is our equation number 3. So next one, we are going to substitute this equation 3 in equation number 1. We are going to substitute v2 value in this equation. Okay, see here. So then m1 bracket of u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 bracket of v2 minus u2. So this is our equation number 1. So substitute the v2 value in this equation. Then it becomes m1 bracket of u1 minus v1, that is equal to m2 bracket of u1 plus v1 minus of u2 and minus of u2. So here minus of u2 is minus 2 u2. Okay, multiply this one, m1 u1 minus m1 v1, that is equal to m2 u1 plus m2 v1 minus 2 m2 u2 minus 2 m2 u2. So after that, again we are rearranging this equation. Take this term this side and this term this side. So then equation becomes m1 u1 minus m2 u1, that is equal to m2 v1 plus m1 v1 minus 2 m2 u2. So here take u1 common, then equation becomes m1 minus m2, that is equal to, take v1 common here, then it becomes m1 plus m2 minus 2 m2 into u2. So here we want the v1 value. So then v1 is equal to u1 bracket of m1 minus m2 divided by total mass. So that is m1 plus m2 plus 2 m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. So this is the v1 value. Similarly, we are going to find out the v2 value, that is v2 is equal to u2 bracket of m2 minus m1 divided by m1 plus m2 plus 2 m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. So this is very important for 5 marks. See here, these are the v1 and v2 values. So v1 is equal to u1 bracket of m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 plus 2 m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2, and v2 value is, that is u2 bracket of m2 minus m1 divided by m1 plus m2 plus 2 m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. So next we are going to discuss some special cases. The first case is the two bodies having the same masses, right? So in first case, if the two bodies having the same masses means, that is m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m. The two bodies having the same masses. So then substitute this condition, these two expression, right? So then v1 is equal to u1 bracket of m1 value is m and m2 value is also m divided by the total mass is, that is m plus m, right, plus 2 m u2 divided by m plus m plus m. So in this case m minus m value is 0. So 0 into any term is 0. So then this whole term becomes 0. This whole term becomes 0 plus 2m u2 divided by m plus m is, that is 2m. 2m get cancelled. Then v1 is equal to, that is 2m u2 divided by 2m. So in this case 2m get cancelled. So then v1 is equal to u2. v1 is equal to u2. So that means v1 indicates that is the final velocity of a first particle, and u2 indicates that the initial velocity of a second particle. Okay, the next one, substitute this condition in this equation. So then v2 is equal to u2 bracket of m2 minus m1. So here m2 value is m minus m1 value is also m divided by total mass is m plus m plus 2 m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. So that is 2m into u1 divided by m plus m, right? So again here m minus m value is 0. This whole term becomes 0. So then v2 is equal to 2m u1 divided by 2m. So here 2m get cancelled. So then v2 is equal to u1. v2 is equal to u1. So here v2 indicates that is the final velocity of a second particle, that is equal to u1 means the initial velocity of a first particle. Okay, see here. So in this case, if the two bodies having the same masses, simply it exchange their velocities. For example, see here v1 is equal to u2. v1 is equal to u2 means the final velocity of a first particle, that is equal to initial velocity of a second particle, and here the final velocity of a second particle, that is equal to initial velocity of the first particle. So here what is the condition? If the two bodies having the same masses, so simply they will exchange their velocities. So that is v1 is equal to u2 and v2 is equal to u1. So in examination they may ask for 1 mark. If the two bodies having the same masses, so then what is the final velocity of the two particles? So in that case v1 is equal to u2 and v2 is equal to u1. Okay, see here. So in this case they are given condition, the two bodies having the same mass, m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m. substitute this condition in equation V1 and V2, right? If you substitute this condition V1 means in that case V1 is equal to U2, and substitute this condition in second equation, then it becomes V2 is equal to U1. So this is the first condition. And the second condition, if the second body is at rest, if the second body initially at rest means, so that is U2 indicates that the initial velocity of a second particle. So that is rest means U2 is equal to 0. Substitute this value in these two equations. So then V1 is equal to U1 bracket of M1 minus M2 divided by M1 plus M2 plus 2M2 U2 divided by M1 plus M2 plus 2M2 U2 value is 0 divided by M1 plus M2. So in this case V1 is equal to this whole term becomes 0. So then the remaining term is U1 bracket of M1 minus M2 divided by M1 plus M2. So this is the V1 value. So V1 value is U1 bracket of M1 minus M2 whole divided by M1 plus M2. So next one, substitute this condition in equation number 2, that is V2 is equal to so that is U2 value is 0 bracket of M2 minus M1 divided by total mass is M1 plus M2 plus 2 M1 U1 divided by M1 plus M2. So next, from this relation V2 is equal to 2M1 U1 divided by M1 plus M2. So this is the V2 value and this one is the V1 value. So here what is the condition here? The second body initially at rest, or the second particle initially at rest means U2 is equal to 0. If U2 is equal to 0, then V1 value is U1 bracket of M1 minus M2 divided by M1 plus M2. Similarly, V2 value is, that is 2M1 U1 divided by M1 plus M2. Okay. The next sub cases. So here the main case is the second particle is at rest. In that sub cases, if the two particles having the same masses, so that means M1 is equal to M2 is equal to M. M1 is equal to M2 is equal to M. We can substitute this condition in this equation. For example, this is the equation number A and this is the equation number B, right? So substitute M1 is equal to M2 is equal to M in equation number A and equation number B. So then V1 is equal to U1 bracket of here M1 minus M2. So here the same masses means M minus M divided by the total mass, that is M plus M. So here M minus M is 0. So then this is initial velocity, the final velocity V1 value is 0, right? So next one, substitute this condition in equation number B. So then V2 is equal to that is 2M U1 divided by M plus M, that is M plus M. This is equal to 2M U1 divided by 2M. So here 2M get cancelled. So then V2 is equal to U1. So this indicates that V2 indicates that final velocity of a second particle, that is equal to initial velocity of a first particle. So V2 is equal to U1 and here V1 is equal to 0. This indicates that the first particle after collision, that is in rest. So that is V1 indicates that final velocity of a first particle, it is rest after the collision, right? V1 is equal to 0 and V2 is equal to U1 indicates that the second particle that is move with the velocity of U1 after collision. Okay. The next condition, the next sub condition, so that is B. So if if m2 is greater than m1. So m2 is greater than m1. So in this case m1 value is very very small, so we are consider that is m1 is equal to 0. So then v1 and v2 value, so from this one v1 is equal to here u1 bracket of m1 minus m2, here m1 value is 0 minus m2 as it is, divided by total mass, that is m1 plus m2, m1 plus m2. So here m1 value is 0, so then its value is v1 is equal to minus u1 m2 divided by m2, here m2 get cancelled, so then v1 is equal to minus u1, v1 is equal to minus u1, right. So next one, sub case, if m1 is greater than m2. So in this case m2 is equal to 0. We are consider the m2 value is very very small, so we are consider m2 is equal to 0. So then substitute m2 value 0 in this equation number A and in equation number B. Substitute m2 is equal to 0 means, so that is u1 into m1 divided by m1. So here m1 both are get cancelled. What are the remaining terms here? In that case v1 that is equal to u1, v1 that is equal to u1. Similarly substitute the same condition in this case, that is m2 is equal to 0. If m2 is equal to 0, then v2 is equal to 2 m1 u1 divided by m1. Here m1 get cancelled. Then v2 is equal to that is 2 times of u1. Okay, see here, see the condition here. I will write here. So that is v2 is equal to 2 into m1 into u1 divided by m1 plus m2. Here m2 is equal to 0 means here the term is m1, here m1 get cancelled, then v2 is equal to that is 2u1, v2 is equal to that is 2u1. Okay, see here. So in this case we are consider the two bodies having the same masses means m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m. So substitute this condition in equation number A and in equation number B. So these are the sub cases of this one. So next one, if you substitute this condition, then v1 is equal to 0, v1 is equal to 0 and v2 is equal to u1. So in this case the first particle after collision it comes to rest, that means v1 is equal to 0, and the second particle it is moving with the initial velocity of the first particle, that is a before collision, so that is v2 is equal to u1. If m2 is greater than m1, so in that case we are consider the m1 is very very small, so we are consider that is approximately 0. So then substitute this condition in this equation and in this equation, then v1 is equal to that is minus of u1. So here what do you mean by v1? So v1 is the final velocity of a first particle after collision, that is equal to u1. u1 indicates that the initial velocity of the first particle. So in this case the m2 mass is very very large comparing to m1. So here the lighter particle it is colliding with a heavier particle. So after collision the lighter particle it is moving opposite direction with the same velocity. So that is v1 is equal to minus u1. So for example, so consider, so this is a one body, this is very heavy body, second body, and this is the first body, very light mass, right? So this mass is very 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 small. If this particle, if it collides with a heavy particles, so after collision this lighter particle it is moving with the same velocity but in opposite direction. So that is v1 minus u1. Okay, the next one, if m1 is equal to 0, then what about the v2 value? So v2 is equal to, here m1 is there, 0 into any term is 0, so then v2 is equal to 0. So in that case the heavy particle it does not changes its the position, the velocity of this particle is 0, right? Okay, the next one, if m1 is greater than m2. So in this case we are consider m2 is equal to 0. m2 is equal to 0. In that case v1 is equal to u1. So for example here this is the second particle and this is the first particle. Here the mass of the first particle is more comparing to the mass of a second particle. If this particle is colliding with a lighter particle, the heavier mass particle, it is colliding with a lighter mass particle, in that case the velocity of a first particle, so that means the velocity of a heavy body, it is same as the initial velocity of this heavy body before collision. So that is the v1 is equal to u1. So next one, v2 is equal to, that is 2 times of u1. So here in that case the lighter particle velocity is, that is a 2 times of the initial velocity of a heavy particle, right. So here the condition is the mass of first body is more comparing to the mass of a second body. If the heavier body is colliding with a lighter particle, the heavier particle, it is moving with the same initial velocity before the collision, that is v1 is equal to u1, but the lighter particle, it is moving with the 2 times of its initial velocity of the heavier particle, that is v2 is equal to 2u1. So these are the few important points regarding the head-on collision. Problem here, a body of mass small m collide elastically with a stationary body of mass capital M. After collision, small m has a speed equal to 1/3 of its initial speed. Calculate the ratio of small m by capital M. So in this problem they are given the two bodies of masses. The first body mass is m1 is equal to small m and the second body mass is m2 is equal to capital M. So in this case the second body is a stationary body. So here a body of mass small m collide elastically with a stationary body of mass capital M. So the stationary body indicates that the initial velocity of a second body, so that is 0. The initial velocity of a second body, that is 0. So next one, after collision m has a speed equal to 1/3 of its initial speed. So then u1 is equal to the initial speed, that is u1 is equal to u. So then after collision its speed becomes, that is v1 is equal to 1/3 of its initial speed. So that is 1/3 times of initial speed is u. So already we know the formula to calculate the final velocity, that is v1 is equal to u1 bracket of m1 minus m2 divided by the total mass, that is m1 plus m2. So here already we know that v1 value is, that is 1/3 of initial speed, that is 1/3 of u. So next one, initial speed is u. So here m1, that is small m, m2 is the capital M. So divided by small m plus capital M. So here u get cancel, cross multiply this one, small m plus capital M, that is equal to 3 times of small m minus capital M. Simplify this one, m plus capital M, that is equal to 3m minus capital 3m, right. So rearrange the terms here, take this minus 3 this side and take this m this side. So then m plus 3 capital M, that is equal to 3m minus small m. So this becomes 4m, that is equal to 3m minus m means, that is 2m. So from this relation, small m by capital M, small m by capital M, that is equal to 4 divided by 2. So this is equal to 2 divided by 1. So this is the ratio of small m divided by capital M is equal to 2 by 1. So this is the problem. So in this problem they are given the mass of first body is given, that is small m, mass of second body is, that is capital M, and the second body is at rest, u2 is equal to 0, and the initial speed of the first body is, that is u. So after collision the initial velocity of a first particle is 1/3 of its initial speed. So then already we know that to calculate the v1, right? So this is a formula. Substitute all the values here, simplify this one, we will get m by capital M is equal to, that is 2 by 1. So that is 2 by 1, or small m, that is equal to 2 times of capital M. So this is the final answer. So this is small m by capital M, that is equal to 2 by 1. See the next problem here. Two identical bodies A and B moving with a velocities 13 meter per second and minus 15 meter per second collides head on elastically. What will be the velocity after collision? Okay, see here, the first write on the given terms. So what are the given terms here? So in this case, the two identical bodies means the condition, the m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m. So both the bodies having the same mass, that is m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m. So after that they are given, velocity is given, that is initial velocity u1 is equal to 13 meter per second and u2 is equal to minus 15 meter per second, collides head on elastically. What will be the velocity after collision? So already we know the condition, if the two bodies having the same masses, so in that case simply they exchange their velocities, right? So here the condition is m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m. So in that case, if the two bodies having the same masses and it collides elastically, so then the velocity of these two bodies are interchanged or exchanged. So that means, so the final velocity after collision, so that is, this is v2 and this is v1. See here, u1 is equal to 13 meter per second, u2 is equal to minus 15 meter per second. After collision, the velocity of a second particle is, that is 13 meter per second, and the velocity of a first particle is, that is minus 15 meter per second. Thank you.